Hey everyone, welcome to their top 10 video. Today, top 10 Crimson Vow art. I'm doing this in reverse order. I didn't do a Midnight Hunt top 10 art video yet. I'll do that soon. I figured I'll do Crimson Vow. It's a set that's just coming out. So I'll be sharing with you what I think are the top 10 picks for art. Obviously, art is subjective, but these are the ones that I would go with if I had to pick the top 10. Before I get to my list, of course, as usual, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below and that like button. Those 2 clicks go a really long way in helping others find my channel. We really appreciate your support today. Alright, number 10, Boarded Window. Sounds boring, right? Why would I pick this as one of my top 10 arts? Well, actually, I just really like the setting. You're boarded up in your house, you're trying to protect yourself from whatever creatures are roaming around outside, and it's not working. It looks like you're about to be eaten. I love the way that's kind of captured, and there's a lot of detail in this picture, in this art. You know, it could have very well just been some boarded window and some stones around, but no, there's, you know, it looks like you're in a kitchen somewhere. You got some pots and pans and whatever hanging around, and yeah, there are scary ass monsters trying to get to you, and they're clawing their way through. So you are seconds away from being eaten. And I just love the detail in this artwork, and it's my number 10. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a higher res photo for this video. Number 9, Dreamroot Cascade. I really like the setting of this land art. I really do. I like the mist that's kind of built into it, the glowing effect from whatever's glowing in this Dreamroot Cascade, the waterfalls, obviously, and I just really like the setting and the mood, the nice color choice. Blues and purples, and I'm sure it looks fantastic in foil. Would love to see it, and I think it's my number 9 spot, that's for sure. Number 8, Bramble Worm. I just really like this because of the sheer scale of this worm. It's kind of weird that this is a 7/6, and yet that zombie phalanx creature is a 1/13. I'm pretty sure this Bramble Worm is much stronger, but anyway. Talking about artwork here. Look at that house that I'm sure is a decent size, but no, this Bramble Worm is like massive, and I just really love the effect that the artist chose. He didn't choose to focus on, or he or she, let me just see, not sure, they chose to focus on the tail end of the worm and not necessarily the face, which I found interesting. Just kind of say, you know, you're right there, but not close enough where the worm's about to eat you, and yeah, it just gives me the very much like a Mist vibe, the movie The Mist, the insects or creatures that you saw coming in that movie. This is the vibe I got, and I really love it as my number 8. Number 7, really ashamed that I couldn't find a high resolution version of the artwork here, but Giraffe Visionary Stitcher. This is just some scary artwork. That bride zombie that I'm assuming Giraffe is about to bring back to life, to reanimate. That's just nightmare fuel. That is scary. I really love the setting. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's a cool card as well, by the way. I don't know why it would give your zombies flying, but I'm assuming this bride zombie will be doing some flying around, I'm assuming, or maybe running so fast that it kind of looks like she's flying. Either way, I really love the artwork. I really love the detail and all the machinery in the foreground and the background. I think it's really well done. Number 6, Cemetery Illuminator. I've mentioned this in previous top 10 art videos. I really am a fan of clothing that's, you know, kind of like raggedy, wavy, because I feel like it's hard to capture that properly. But I feel here it is actually captured very well. I think the artist did a good job, and it's not like an opaque cloak or whatever this spirit is wearing or is covered in. It's kind of transparent, which is nice to see that effect on their face or their skull. The lantern that it's holding as well, the lighting effect around it was really well done. I just really liked the way this whole thing looks, and the color scheme, kind of warm and cold at the same time. I think it works really well within the card frame, outside of the card frame. I picked it as my number 6. Number 5, okay, I kind of cheated, I guess, because it's technically 2 pieces of artwork, but I am a fan of this card in general, Elvenwald Oddity and Elvenwald Behemoth. But the artwork as well is pretty cool. I like it a lot. Very center stage for this creature or this beast on both pieces of artwork, the transformed and untransformed versions. And of course the transformed version is just way, way, way worse. Whatever is coming out or living in that beast's belly scares me more than the beast, and the beast is already pretty scary. I just really like the detail in the artwork, in particular in the creature, but even in the transformed form. You see the wolves in the background. Maybe they're being kind of cautious, not sure what to do about this particular beast or beasts, technically. I just really loved it. This is my number 5 easily. Number 4, what I liked about Demonic Bargain is that I feel it's unique in terms of art style to the rest of the set. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I went through all the artwork of the set, obviously, to make this video, and this stuck out to me as something that, a style that didn't really show up anywhere else, and I really like that. I mean, it's also a great piece of artwork. I really like the devil face and horns that you see coming out from the center of the piece, coming from whatever blood or whatever is spilling out of that person's mouth. I really like the color choice. Again, blues and purples. You know, I'm a sucker for that. And in foil, I'm sure it looks fantastic. I hope they did a decent job in foiling this and they didn't butcher it, because they could have done some pretty cool effects here. Wait and see when I open up. Hopefully, I'll open up a foil version of this in one of my boxes. But I really like the effect. I really like the style, the color. Everything works really well together. Easily my number 4. Number 3, Sigarda's Summons. This is a pretty epic piece of artwork. We have Sigarda, I suppose, in the center, but you also have all her other angels in the background, kind of being summoned, flying in. It's a pretty epic scene, or at least a part of a pretty epic scene. Really like the way the angel wings have been drawn out. Nice detail, not as much detail as we've seen in other pieces of artwork, but still pretty good. So it looks like there's some heft to those wings, and I just feel like overall a lot of detail in this artwork, and it just really stuck out to me when I was going through everything. I'm like, okay, this has to be somewhere in my list. It ended up being my number 3. Number 2, okay, I was almost gonna put this as number 1, and some of you are telling me why is this even on my list. Diver Scab, I think this artwork is awesome. For whatever reason, it reminds me of, I don't know, I mean, 20 odd years ago, 25 odd years ago, when you'd be in elementary school or whatever, and those, you know, old books you'd open in the library, and it would have this style artwork, just I guess 90s style artwork or 80s style artwork, and that's the first thing that struck me. You know, it's not like, it doesn't have the new fancy effects of an art and styles that we're used to. It goes very much, this looks literally like it could have been taken out of some horror book from the 90s. That's what really stuck out to me first and foremost. And once you start looking into it, there's a lot of detail, and I'm a sucker for that. There's a lot of detail in this. Even the boats in the background have decent detail. The water, the waves, you know, the lighting in the building in the background. Just detail everywhere. That's not even talking about the centerpiece of the artwork, which is this zombie, this diver scab, and that poor fisherman that's gonna be eaten or zombified. Whatever's gonna happen, it's not looking good. And I was sure this was gonna be my top 3, and that'd be my number 2, but it was pretty close to number 1, honestly. Last but not least, Chandra, Dressed to Kill is my number 1. Honestly, there were a lot of pieces of artwork in the extended art or showcase art that I felt probably deserved this spot, so I think a lot of them are probably just honorary like honorary mentions in the first slot, but I ended up choosing Chandra, Dressed to Kill. Obviously, I don't have to tell you, the artwork is sick. Plenty of detail, not just in Chandra, but in the guests behind her. So this is like multiple characters being drawn out in near full detail, plus Chandra. There's a lot going on in this artwork. I can't imagine how long it took the artist to put this all together, and all the iterations that it took them. First of all, I like this version of Chandra, Dressed to Kill, and I really like this artwork in general. I think it's one of the best ones in this set, and easily my number 1. So that's it for my top 10. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about my picks. What would you pick as your top 10 pieces of art, or maybe even your top 3? I'd love to hear what I missed out on. Maybe I'm crazy in my picks, but let's have a chat down below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content in general, please subscribe and hit that notification bell down below. Those few clicks go a really long way in helping others find my content and helps my channel grow. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook, share my content on social media. That also helps others find their way to my videos and spreads the word even further. And of course, if you like making money, check out my Patreon page. The link is in the description of this video. In particular, check out the Patreon rewards program. Basically works like this. You give me your Patreon dollars every month. I buy and open up sealed product on this channel using those dollars. And I send you back that money at the end of every year in the form of rares and mythics. You get one non-bulk rare or mythic for every consecutive month you've been a patron, and every card is worth anywhere between $3 and $15. But I mean, even if you lowball it at an average of $5 per card, you're at the very least getting your money back, but odds are you're getting even more. There are a lot more details on my Patreon page, so check it out. Thanks and have a good one.